Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with a new Hog Rider deck from Top Ladder that everyone definitely thought was dead. Monk is back at it again, being a massive menace. This Monk Hog Rider deck is played at number 46 in the entire world, beating the best players in the game. People are not prepared to play against Monk, so you can make insane predictions, bounce back their spells, and turn the tides of the battle in one split second. So you'll get a ton of opportunities to bounce their stuff back. And when you do, they'll probably not be able to make a comeback. Imagine wasting a 6 elixir spell like a rocket to deal damage to your own tower. And the Monk pairs magically with a Hog Rider too. If your opponent's got a range card like an Archer Queen or Musketeer that's trying to damage down your stuff, you simply delete it with a 1 elixir ability. And the most played building in the entire game, the cannon, crumbles to the Monk. I love when my Monk meditates and tanks for my Hog Rider for eternity. While we meditate, they're gonna hate. So let's go jump straight to some games and assert dominance. If you don't have Monk, use Giant Skeleton instead. Subscribe to the channel to stay connected for all the daily videos. Thanks to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. Hee-hee-ha, I love the guy's name. Yo, we gotta give you the name. We gotta give you what you were asking for. We got the emojis for you. Yo, he's even doing it with us. It's a family reunion of hee-hee-ha. Yo, what if he's so captivated by emojis that he wasn't able to drop his building, so then he had to go in for a worse counter of a rocket? I think we got in his brain. I think the hee-hee-ha couldn't handle his own emoji. He wasn't the master of his own element. So we're gonna go for a hunter in the back because we were able to decipher where the goblin barrel was dropping. Because if you look at the shadow of the goblin barrel, you'll know where it's going. So I knew it was gonna be behind my tower, so why would I overspend instead of getting counter pushed with the hunter? Also, we know that he's gonna have limited amount of answers in his arsenal for us. Wait, what if I log this back and then use the Monk ability and then make sure that it's gonna be like pretty much impossible for him to counter this effectively? Because we know that the hunter is gonna be able to kill the mighty miner, right? There's no doubt in my mind that that's gonna happen. The dude is gonna go for a goblin barrel pretty soon, so I'm gonna go in for the goblins in the back and make sure that we're able to fully counter this if I played it well. Yo, let's go. He's not happy. He's really not happy right now. He's looking at this game and he's like, why are goblins ruining me? They're supposed to be on my team. So you guys might get annoyed about all the constant hee-hee-haws, so I will mute him for the rest of the game. Just know that we're both hee-hee-hawing the entire time. He's going to go in for the princess. As we said, he would probably just drop it at the river. That's generally how most log bait players play. So I want to go in for a Monk here, and I want to go for a Hog Rider. And the reason why I want to do it in this matchup is because if you go in for the Monk and they go for a cannon, they can't go in for a cannon because the cannon is going to go and target the Monk. And if it targets the Monk reflection will make sure that the cannon finishes itself off. So it's really fun to do that. The Hog Rider gave us 2 hits, I think. Oh, right before it gave us the second, it got whisked away. I'm going to go in for a log so we can finish off the princess with the fiery spirit. That's fine. And then we can go for goblins on the goblin barrel and fully counter it when he decides to drop it. You just want to make sure you drop your goblins in the back, and then the goblins will walk up, and it should be able to counter the goblin barrel, unless he drops it in front just like that. Super smart strategy for him to do that, so well played. You know what I can do? I can go for the Monk and make the prediction on the goblin barrel, and then mess with him. I think we've learned our strategy. Also, I unmuted the emojis reflexively. The guy was hee-hee-hawing still. I love it, I love it. So we're going to make a strategy here. We want to log the princess again, and we want him to do the exact same play that he did. Oh, he's going to rocket and goblin barrel. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't expect you to do that. It's a little bit further back. That's totally fine, though. We're going to go in for a fire spirit here, and we're going to earthquake on the cannon that you have to drop. And I'm pretty sure we're going to do a tremendous amount of damage with this hunter. Not with anything else, but the hunter is going to do a lot. Also, you dropped your log, so how are you going to counter this? Mighty Miner? If you drop a Mighty Miner, then you have to click the bomb and go on the other side, which is going to be pretty fun for us as well. We can hunter here, probably on a princess or something. If that doesn't happen, we can go for an earthquake. So I really want to log on top of this princess and make him have this false sense of security, so then I can go in for the Monk in front, make the prediction with the Monk ability, and just mess with them. That's what I want more than anything. I think it would be so much fun. So I'm going to log this princess, as I said before. That's kind of what I wanted to do. And then we're going to go in for the Monk here. We're going to click the Monk ability. Please, please, please. Yo, it worked. We got both of them back on his tower. I knew it would work. I felt it. Because the guy was going in for that every single time when our log was out of cycle. It was such an easy prediction. I'm in his head rent-free, dudes. It only cost 6 elixir for me to pull off, but the reaction was priceless. And as you can see, he is going in for the hee-hee-ha. Throwing his rocket in the corner. This is the most fun game I've played in a long time. And Monk made it possible. Without having Monk in our deck, that priceless interaction never would have happened. After absolutely annihilating Logbait, we are 6,900 in the world. All right, getting into this one. Let's go in for a Fire Spirit and see if we can kick off with a really good start. The guy's going to go in for a Royal Ghost. So whenever I see Royal Ghost, I'm immediately expecting it to be a P.E.K.K.A deck. There's a chance it's going to be 3 Musketeers, and I would welcome that outcome. Because guess what? I have my Earthquake for every Elixir Collector. So unfortunately, he's not dropping his Elixir Collector early, but there's still a chance he's got 3M. So I'm going to try to go for Goblins when I get the opportunity in the right-hand side so we can, you know, probably extract a little bit more Elixir from our dude. And I'm going to go for a high Bomb Tower, so then if he goes in for a Golden Knight, he's not going to dash onto our tower, right? Oh my gosh, that dash was so weird. It only dashed onto one of the Goblins instead of the other 3. What happened there? Did it just want to take one of them out for a date? And it's like, yeah, the other ones, I don't really care about them. They just don't look as stunning. They're not as styling as that one green Goblin. Maybe I can go in for a Fire Spirit here and then not take too much damage. I kind of want the Hunter to go towards the Fire Spirit and the Fire Spirit to go towards the Piggies. That was so good. That was exactly what I wanted to happen. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And obviously making sure that we took no damage from the Hunter is pretty cool. So we know that the dude's going to end up having like a Royal Ghost. So it's going to be hard for us to get value with the Goblins on offense here. I'd just be feeding him Elixir, which I'm not in the business of doing. We're ready to get, you know, fed with some Monk wins, not with some losses out here. He's going to go for the Ghost, and we can go for a counter here with the Goblins and surround it. I don't know if this is going to work as well because he does go in for Heal Spirit, but it's okay. We're just going to minimize the amount of Elixir spent. He dropped 4 Elixir, and we dropped to 2 Elixir Goblins, and that was more than enough to counter him. Let's go. I don't think he's going to have a great answer to this because if I go in for the Monk ability, the Hunter's going to reflect right back at itself. Oh my gosh. Yo, Hunter, you truly are playing for my team because I got you on my team. And when the opponent tries to use it, nah, you're only working for me out here. Only working for me. Giving me the value. So we're going to log, and then I want to go in for a Monk, so then hopefully he can't get a nice Heal Spirit on top of the Piggies. Pretty important stuff to make sure that we minimize that potential. And I'm going to Hog Rider on the left-hand side. He goes in for a Barbarrel. Unfortunately, I didn't expect him to Barbarrel on top of the Monk and the Goblins. I thought that would just be too much of an appealing target, but I guess this guy just couldn't help himself. I thought it was too predictable for me to make that prediction. So I'm going to go in for a Hunter here so then he can't go in for the annoying garbage Golden Knight ability that just locks on everything and makes me sad. Then we're going to go for a high Monk, so then we say hello to the Monk and say hello to the Golden Knight instead of saying hello to tower damage on my tower. It's just not near as fun. All right, I'm going to go for a Fire Spirit here. Hopefully he goes Ghost or something. If he goes in for a Hunter, that's fine. That's also an outcome that I'm okay with because we always end up getting a hit. I'm also going to log here. He's going to 3 Musketeers, interestingly enough. So I didn't even think he would do that in this matchup because we can go for a Monk and we can reflect back all the damage of the Musketeers right back in his face. So I'm pretty psyched for this, actually. So I'm going to go for the Bomb Tower, as you guys have seen time and time again. It's a pretty good strategy. And then we're going to go in for the Monk, and we're going to click the Monk ability. We should be able to finish off the Musketeer, and then take all the other damage to the other side and not really care, because the Musketeer won't take out my tower. The Barbarrel is working for me! I'm the captain now! And without the Barbarrel in cycle, how are you expecting to defend this? I don't think you're able to defend this easily. Like, the Hog Rider will be guaranteed at least 1 hit, and then because Earthquake plus Log does 280 damage total, then I can just cycle 2 of them and win the game. So I'm kind of psyched for this because I'm just going to go in for this, go in for a Monk, and then walk with a win, right? Or maybe I go Hunter on the Royal Ghost instead. I think that's slightly better. Wait, do I go for a Hog Rider and then Earthquake? I think that's a little bit better because he's at literally 0 Elixir. He's going to try to go for some scandalous Golden Knight ability, and then he'll have no ability to lock back on the Hog Rider because the Goblins are going to be keeping him company, pulling back the Golden Boy and securing the Golden win for us. So if you guys hate playing against high damage range cards like 3 Musketeers or Archer Queen, Monk is absolutely overpowered against them. All it takes is one simple 1 Elixir ability to shred everything. Get it? We got a game against Ronaldo, so we're ready to kick it with our Hog Rider. And hopefully we can get some nice damage. I'm hopeful that, you know, he's not going to have a building. Oh, he tornadoes. There's always a risk of that happening, and there's also a potential of them not having a building in card cycle. You go through with the Hog Rider, and you get a glamorous amount of damage. Unfortunately, that's not what happens, but, you know, it can always happen if their card cycle is bad. It's worth testing it because they're usually going to activate King Tower anyway if they have Tornado in their deck. So, you know, if you get like 2 or 3 Hog Rider hits at the start of the game, that can be enough for you to win the match most of the time, just by getting that value and then Earthquake and Monk cycling to finish off the rest of the opponent's tower damage. So he's going to end up having Valkyrie and Ice Spirit. So it's looking like it's going to be Hog Rider, Rocket, Executioner if I had to guess. You know, we were able to reflect back a Rocket earlier today. Let's see if we can make it happen again. If I just bait our opponent with a Hunter behind our tower, I think we might be able to do it. That would be ludicrous if I was able to pull it off each game that I tried it against multiple Rocket players. I really want to do it. because he doesn't know that I am as risky as I am. He doesn't understand how crazy I am. So we're just going to do this, and then we can go goblins off to the side. He's going to go for tornado, which obviously is a pretty good strategy on his end. He's going to get a lot of damage, so he is up a lot, and I'm a bit scared about our position. But it is what it is. We can go in for an aggressive ability, and unfortunately it doesn't go down in time, so we're in a really bad spot. Genuinely, super well played from our opponent. We're down a lot, and he's going to give us log value, so we're kind of climbing our way back, but it's not been good. Our homie ended up going for an aggressive tornado with the executioner, lining up with our tower, and getting a ton of damage. So right now, we are desperate. Desperation calls for some crazy plays. You guys already know the deal. So in double elixir, he's going to be more likely and more apt to go in for a rocket on top of our hunter. So I'm not going to do it in single. I'm just going to drop my hunter here. There's also a chance he just decides to rocket. Yeah, I was going to say, chance he just decides to rocket it nakedly and doesn't have anything else with it. This is also not a bad decision. We can go for our monk here and then go in for an aggressive hog rider and then reflect back his executioner. So this is good. Yo, wait, that log was insane. We're reflecting back everything right now. Oh my gosh, if I log right now, maybe the monk is able to kill that, and it could lock onto the tower. We're getting all of our damage back. That was insane. That was actually preposterously good. All right, I'm going to go in for a fire spirit here, going for another hog rider, and expect him to start to go in for his plays. So he's going to log me. That's totally fine. We can go in for goblins right now aggressively, and then go in for a hunter. Expect him to rocket this. Go in for our monk in front. Click the ability. Please. Yo, it's going to work. He wasn't ready! We are stealing everyone's rockets right under their fingertips. They think they have the rocket, but it's actually my card all along, bro. Yo, this is incredible. I want the executioner just to reflect back the shot, but I don't think it's going to work. All right, I need to go in for a hog rider here, and I need to be able to have enough elixir to counter his hog rider if he decides to go in. Okay, this is super scary and sketchy. He's going to spam us aggressively. I need 2 earthquakes to win this game. I don't know if it can work. I'm going to try to go in for an executioner counter here. Try to go in for like a log. And then fire spirit. No, I'm screwed. No, barely not enough elixir. So earthquake plus log does 280 damage. And I would have been able to take out the tower if I had just defended one more time. Even though we lost the game, hitting the second rocket reflection for 2 times in a row was a major win for me. The insanely satisfying plays from Monk can even make losses feel fun. To jump into the game, it is not in my DNA to lose too many games today. Hopefully we can bounce back after that loss, because that's literally the Monk's specialty, right? He is on a mission to bounce back all your spells. And, you know, as a side quest, he's going to bounce us back and that victory streak that we had before. He's going to go in for a Golden Knight and a Royal Ghost, so it's probably going to be a 3 Musketeer deck if I had to guess, which is not a bad matchup for us, because we can always go in for an Earthquake on the Elixir Collector, which is kind of fun for me. Yo, talking about the Elixir Collector, here it is. And we pushed the Golden Knight closer to the Hunter using the Monk knockback. I don't know if you guys saw that, but the work that they did together as a team was literally the dream. I would have never thought that would be possible. That was awesome. So I'm going to let the Heal Spirit do its thing and then not heal up the Elite Barbarian. So that is the antithesis of teamwork. You saw what teamwork was made of, and then we just kind of rub it in your face that you can't accomplish the same thing as me. Yo, the Hog Rider's coming through with the Elite Barbarians out of cycle. So then I guarantee 1 hit on the tower and force out a 4 Elixir Golden Knight as well. So this is going extremely well for us. You might have to change the tower HP and call 911 instead of 811, bro. You gotta go and get some help here, because that is not looking good for you. If I go in for a Golden Knight counter with a Monk every single time, that's going to be nice, because I can just click the Monk ability on offense and then get damage on the tower. So I guarantee 150 damage every single time that I do that. And then with Log, I don't think I kill that, but one can hope. Yeah, I don't finish it off. I have to be able to defend these 3 Musketeers. You guys know how we do what we do. We're going to be trying our hardest here. So I'm going to Hunter, and then I want to go in for Monk on the side of the 2. And if you click the ability with your Monk, it disintegrates both of the Musketeers. So that's going to be great. Fortunately, he Golden Knights, so he's going to click the ability and dash towards my tower. But as long as he doesn't kill my Goblins, we're fine, because the Goblins will be the cleanup crew to finish off the Golden Knight. So sometimes you actually want the Goblins to not get hit and just be like, hey, you know, even if you would pull the Golden Knight up a little bit higher and distract the Golden Knight, I'm pretty sure the Musketeer would have taken out my tower. So I needed to make sure that I took all the damage from the Golden Knight connecting, because that was the only play that I had available. At least I think. You guys can let me know down below in the comment section if there was a different play available for me, but I think that was the best one. So we're gonna go in for another Mr. Monkman, click the ability, incinerate the Musketeer, and take the tower at the same time. That is what we call value. So with 26 seconds remaining, I think this guy is gonna be a super sad sir and realize that there's no way for him to do anything. He might break his phone, but he won't be able to break through this tower. And it looks like at the end, the dude decided to take a break and just rage quit the game. Jumping into this one, homie is not cycling a single thing. I'm gonna go for goblins, and he's gonna go for Goblin Barrel. Wait, we started with Goblin Barrel, and now we're ending with Goblin Barrel? Is it another log bait player that I could potentially reflect a rocket with? Come on now, we gotta go 3 for 3 against rocket players. I need a rocket reflection, and I need it now. Probably not gonna happen for a bit. Oh, it's gonna be the Mighty Miner version. Oh, geez. The good thing about the monk, it's a walking log, so it redirects the Mighty Miner so then the Mighty Miner doesn't get as much value. I'm going to Hog Rider here, and I'm going to immediately click the monk ability. Yo, that's so good! It's going to reflect the rocket! Oh, let's go! He's mentally destroyed, and he left the game like class was over. He is never to be seen again. Everything that this guy had was subtly stolen right before his very face. Jeez, like he was looking at the game, he was like, I'm expecting to get 6 elixir of value from my 6 elixir card. And in fact, it gave me 6 worth of value. So it's kind of crazy how you can steal your opponent's elixir bank and be a complete bandit in the game with a 1 elixir ability. But that's how Monk does what he does. When you go for the monk, it's always a slam dunk when your opponent slams down their spells. You'll steal all of their elixir that they spent and probably steal the game right then and there. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.